All right. We're
Oh,
back.
yeah. Jason,
Yeah.
Jason does what he does. I just sit here and twiddle my thumbs, waiting for him to say, "All right, we're back." We are
That's the
back. All
cue.
right, welcome
We are.
to another live edition of Live
Yeah.
Feed Read. I'm Paul Reed, your host. The Jason Crawford, the Ed McMahon to my Johnny Carson.
What's up?
Friday, February 2nd.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful day here
Yes.
in sunny, I'm in Brandon, Florida. Jason is now in Tallahassee, Florida.
Tallahassee.
God bless him.
Yeah.
But I think I talked to my mom, and I guess you put a little stand your ground is
I
was
did.
the subject or whatever. So interestingly enough, of course, we've talked, but Jason's up in Tallahassee with the homeschool
Lobbying for home education.
lobbying and all that, but
Mm-hmm.
does have an opportunity, I guess, to sit in on different meetings and see what's kind of going on and who's
I have to
doing
follow
what
all
and
the
who's
bills.
proposing what. And
Yeah.
whether you know it or not, there's literally hundreds, if not thousands, of proposals made
Yes.
up in Tallahassee every year from Democrats and Republicans and who the heck knows at all. And
Yeah.
he came across one that I'm like, huh, this is interesting. And it's a senator, and I guess he goes by Chevy Jones. It's Chevron Jones. He's a senator in the Democrat Party.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, when Jason sent me the proposed bill, it goes by the he called it the Self Defense Restoration Act. And
Yeah.
what Senator Jones is proposing is basically the is he wants to do away with stand your ground.
Yeah. Can we talk about like language mattering? It's called the Self-Defense Restoration Act. On the surface, what does that sound like it would do?
Well, to me, it sounds like it would be beneficial for people wanting to defend themselves.
Yes, it's going to restore maybe
Yes,
something that's
restore.
broken.
We're going to
Yeah.
restore your right to defend yourself. I agree
Yeah.
with you. That's why
That is
I brought it up
that is not what it
instead of
is.
the stand your ground, because what it does is basically it says current law says that a person who uses or threatens to use force in accordance with this subsection does not have a duty to retreat before using or threatening to use such force.
Hmm.
Basically, example, you and I are driving down the street, somebody gets in a little road rager, they jump out of the car and come running at you. You can blaze away if you feel that you're in imminent threat of death or great bodily harm.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, this act, and if you can see it, I don't know if you can. Uh,
No. That's
uh,
why I didn't know if you wanted
well,
me to screen
no,
share it or
because
anything.
well, just
Okay.
lines. When you get lines through something, that means they want to take that out.
Right.
So there are lines through the portion that says a person who uses or threatens to use force in accordance with this subsection does not have a duty to retreat.
Strike
So
that.
they
No, no,
want to
no. We don't
strike
want
that.
that. Yeah. Strike
And
it.
then
But
they want
replace it.
going on, yeah, and it says, and then if you underline something, that means you add it. So here's what
Right.
he wants it to read. A person may not, that's underlined, may not
May not.
use deadly force in accordance with this subsection. Again, underline, if the person knows that he or she can, with complete safety, avoid the necessity of using deadly force by retreating.
What is that? Like there are so that feels like there are so many loopholes,
Can
but
you
on the
imagine?
surface,
Can
it
the trial and the hearings on this
dude,
with complete safety?
what is define complete safety?
There
Can
is no
you
definition for that because in this crazy world, there is no
right
such thing as complete safety. If
with
you're in a
complete safety?
confrontation with someone in the middle of the damn highway, where are you going to run down the embankment?
Right. Yeah.
Or if you're wherever, take your pick.
Oh,
There's
you knew that little scuffle wasn't going to end up bad.
Yeah,
Why did you
well,
do it? Wow.
let's see what else they want.
But
And
what, just
basically,
on the surface, it requires you to run away
well,
first.
it just it
Turn
basically
your back on the threat.
it annihilates the current stand your ground law.
Yes.
It goes back to the doctrine that says that you have a duty to retreat if you can do so safely. I mean, it's just that simple. But the problem with that,
Sort of.
whether I agree, you agree, someone else agrees or disagree, the problem, that's what gets litigated. You know, Monday
Yeah.
morning quarterback.
Yes.
Could you have retreated without using deadly force?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
in all fairness, that has your socioeconomic status, whether
Mm-hmm.
you have money or not, could be the difference between whether you get
Certainly.
charged with a crime or whether you don't, because this is
Argued. It has to
up
be
to
argued. It's so
up to
vague.
whomever as to
Yes.
whether or not you should have retreated, whether there was complete. The list goes on, and they just said no. I mean,
Yeah.
if you think someone's going to come kill you, well,
Dude, that is
then you have the right to defend yourself. Again,
mind-boggling.
I'm not taking a position on whether stand your ground is right or stand your ground is wrong. I'm just saying that this proposal that Jason kind of discovered, so to speak, in my opinion, in the supermajority Republican legislative body in the state of Florida, is going nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
It's
here's
not
what the
gonna.
Republicans, Jason.
Yeah, they're not gonna see
Here
it.
we go. Oh,
In
there you go.
fact, I was
So,
trying to
and
look. I don't even think it's been heard. So I don't.
it's probably not going to.
It didn't even
And,
get the light
and
of
that's
day.
kind of
But
why I brought it
still.
up. A, one, that has no chance. But B, people, you should see the things that are
Yes.
proposed up there
Yes.
every day that would blow
Yes.
your mind. Last
Yes.
year, I don't know if we talked about this, and little
Mm-hmm.
Millie right over there, and little Millie loves hanging out the window of my car. Loves it. Millie comes to
Okay.
work, Millie goes home, and she can't wait for me to roll down the window, so she's out there loving life like dogs do. There
Yeah.
was a proposal from somebody down south who wanted to prevent dogs from being able to hang out the window.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's got to be a law. I
Well,
mean,
guess what? It went nowhere.
right.
But by way of our conversation, it was a proposal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
I don't.
granted, I'll be the first to say that I drive, of course, exceptionally or especially more careful when Millie's in the car because a head-on collision or otherwise, it would be
Yeah.
detrimental to little Millie.
Sure.
So I mean, I am just in no hurry to get home. I'm in no hurry to get to work. You know, I expect everyone to run a red light, which you should drive like this anyway.
Right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
expect
Anticipating.
everybody to
Anticipating.
pull out from a side road
Right.
or a stop sign or everything because I can't afford a head-on collision or a
Mm-hmm.
frontal impact collision with little Millie in the car. So,
Valid.
so I get it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
dogs jump out of the car, you know, and so
Mm-hmm.
forth. So I get all of it. So it was
Yeah.
probably well intended, but guess what? You know what? I understand. And I told my mom this yesterday. Hi, Mom. Every law, whether you agree with it or not, is an infringement upon your rights. Think about that. Every law, whether you agree with it or not, is an infringement upon your rights.
Kind of.
Not kind of. Tell me a law.
Well, so arguing from a different point of view,
Go ahead.
sometimes if things
Hey,
aren't
look,
defined,
blabbermouth. Tell me a law. We don't want to hear what law is not in some way, shape, or form an infringement upon somebody's rights.
I mean, I think the home education laws aren't. They establish a definition and protect the definition of that and give you the freedom to do it so that others can't come in and take it
Let
away.
me ask you this. When you're arguing for that law or that right or otherwise, is someone arguing against you?
Sometimes, yes.
Then what does that tell you?
Well, they're
They don't
usually
like
arguing
it.
from the
They don't
standpoint of they
like
don't
your
want me
law.
to do it.
No, they're
Yes.
telling
Yes.
you, Jason, I don't like
Yes.
the law because it infringes upon a right.
But some laws are
No. I
defining
didn't say whether they're good or bad. I
and
believe
rulemaking.
that you should not be
Yeah.
able to run a stoplight.
Okay.
Okay.
Agreed.
But regardless, it's an infringement upon your right to run the
Oh,
stop.
in those kinds of laws, yes, I would agree.
So
I would
all
agree.
I'm saying is, this law on the dogs was not a bad idea. I mean,
No,
it
not
would,
necessarily.
I
Like it's not
guarantee you, it would
malicious.
save one dog's life or two dogs' lives a year.
Yeah. But you
But,
also have to ask, how are you going to police it?
well, Millie hanging out the damn window.
Well, I
Pretty
know, but I
easy
mean,
for a
like,
cop to pull me over and give me a $50 ticket.
right. But at that, with other things happening, you're really going to
Well,
divert.
once
You're
again,
really,
you're going somewhere that I agree.
yeah.
Would the cop say, look, I'm too busy to pull that man over,
Yeah.
woman over, because their dog's hanging out the window?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
Time
So
is
let's
limited.
move on to another
Yeah.
issue.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
this actually is one that
I don't know what this one is, so hit me with it.
we dealt with. So I
Okay.
was reading, like I do every week,
All
my
right.
Florida Law Weeklies, which
Yeah. Yeah.
again
Yeah.
are the appeals from the trial court to the appellate court.
Right.
So this one has to do with road rage. And everyone knows what that is. Heck, probably everybody driving out there
Oh, we had a case.
has experienced road rage.
Yeah. The
Oh,
one
I've
that
had
you
many.
did recently.
Oh yeah, and so here's one
Yeah.
that had to do with a county bus driver in the Miami-Dade area.
Okay.
All right, so a bus driver and individual on the bus get
Uh-huh.
into heated argument.
Okay.
All right,
Like a grown up?
screaming, cussing, bus driver, passenger, whatever happens, they just say this was a
But was it
heated
like a school
argument.
bus or a
Oh no,
track?
like a Hillsborough County Heartline,
Okay. Okay.
a transit bus.
I was thinking minor or adult. Okay.
Yeah, no, adult,
Keep
that's
going.
fair enough. But it was just basically your county bus that takes you
Okay.
A to B.
Got you.
So the after the confrontation, which is on video,
Oh
uh,
man.
the
Now I'm
guy
gonna
gets off
Google
the
it.
bus, right?
Okay.
Well, the bus driver hits him.
Oh
Boom, runs him
no.
over. All right, so
Like
the
full
guy,
on runs him over?
well, it's not clear
Okay.
because the video doesn't actually show the bus hitting the guy because it just wasn't positioned correctly.
Okay.
Just didn't capture the actual impact.
Didn't get that angle. All right.
Of course, the gentleman that gets run over by the bus or hit by the bus hires a lawyer,
Yeah.
i.e., read and read. No, but a
You
plaintiff
wish.
lawyer, and
You wish.
they sue the driver, of course,
It's
and
yeah,
they sue the county.
of
Miami.
course.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I've had this case. I've had this case where it was one of I won't even name the county, but
A
it's either
similar case.
Hillsborough County. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, or Pinellas. One of those bus drivers
Uh-huh.
rear-ended our guy, and I'll get to that in a minute. But either way, so
Yikes.
of course the county says, look, um, under statute 768.28, section 9A, either way, a statute with a subsection.
Okay.
We're not responsible. They did a motion for summary judgment saying we're not responsible for the bus driver's conduct because it was done in a manner exhibiting wanton and willful disregard of human rights, safety, and property for which the county cannot be held liable.
So he went rogue, essentially.
Yes, and the
Okay.
county doesn't want to
Like,
have to
that's
cover.
not our policy. He went rogue.
went rogue.
We can't be held accountable. Okay.
All right. Well, of course, as the bus driver, with let's assume middle class, no real money to pay him a monetary judgment. I don't know how bad the guy was injured, but either way, he wants the county, in this case, to be a defendant so they can pay any damages
Lord.
that he caused.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
I don't want to be on the hook. I want the
Yeah.
county to be on the hook with me, so to speak.
That's right.
So
I'm
he
not going down
files
alone.
an answer to the summary judgment. Summary judgment, the county saying we should be let out. We're not responsible based on this rogue conduct. And the guy says, no. I didn't intentionally hit the guy. He was in a blind spot. And when I pulled away from the curb, so to speak, I just happened to hit him.
Oh my word.
Okay, but that's his position. Well, what does the trial court judge do, Jason, on this motion for summary judgment brought by Miami-Dade County? He has two choices. He can grant it and let
Yeah.
Miami-Dade County out, or he can deny it and they stay in.
I don't know.
Well, you got
I
to
don't know
flip
what
a
he
coin.
did. I don't know the okay. They
Simple.
let him
The
stay
county's
in.
allegation is this guy went rogue. He got in an argument with a bus
Sure.
passenger and he ran him over on purpose, and we're not responsible. The bus driver saying, look, yeah, we got into an argument, but I didn't hit him on purpose. He was in a blind spot and I just didn't see him. Yes, I happened to hit him, but it was not intentional. It was by accident because he was in my blind spot.
Mm. I guess they made the county stay in then.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh man.
good guess.
Oh.
The reason being is simply on a motion for summary judgment, it's no reasonable jury could find in one party's favor of the other.
Okay.
Well, certainly, six people could hear the bus driver's position that, yeah, we got into an argument.
Right.
I
It's
didn't mean to
reasonable.
run him over. He was in a blind spot. And so, yes, I hit him. Well, a
Yeah.
reasonable jury could believe that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
so summary judgment
If
denied.
argued well.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Jeez,
anyway,
dude.
but
Wow.
here's in your life and my life, this is how that translates into not governmental entities, because they have an out, so to speak,
Yeah.
your insurance company or my insurance company. Let me read this. Under the bodily injury liability coverage and other things, it says this exclusion: there is no coverage for an insured who intentionally causes bodily injury or property damage.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
you're in a road rage.
Yeah.
You're the victim of intentional conduct, and it's car related.
Mm.
And you call up, let's say you're insurance A, I'm insurance B.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the road rager. You're the one I smashed into, and you say to my insurance, hey, you need to pay for my car and you need to fix, give me compensation for my injuries because your guy intentionally rammed me after I honked my horn at him,
They
right?
go, oh, he did.
Yes,
Huh.
tell me
Well, we
more.
don't. Yeah,
Oh, tell me more. Oh,
we
yeah, he
don't
flipped
cover
me
that.
off and he
Yeah.
he swerved into me, and eventually I
Jeez.
tried to
Just
get away and he rammed me. But your insurance, oh,
there goes your case.
hey, we're so sorry, Mr. Crawford, that happened. Guess what you get in the mail about 7 days later? Mr.
Declined.
Crawford, we're denying your claim because Mr.
Yeah.
Reed intentionally rammed your car and the contract says he's not
Yeah. We
responsible.
can't be. Yep. Yep.
So what's the
Ew.
moral of that story?
Say less.
Be careful
Say
about
less.
accusing someone of road rage
And
in a
talk to an
motor
attorney.
vehicle incident,
Yeah.
because you may be left with, no coverage on the offending party is insurance.
And that's the thing that doing these podcasts with you,
Yeah.
it's taught me a lot. And before that, I think I was just a bumbling idiot. But and I still maybe am, but there's just so much that the average person doesn't have time to track or keep up with, or the tiny little phrases, the escape clauses, the tiny little loopholes. We don't know, and we'll just pick up that phone. I was in an accident, and blah blah blah, and
First off,
there goes all of
I
it.
don't use the term accidents. There isn't. It's a
True.
crash. It's a
A
crash.
crash. Okay, I
Accidents
was in a
don't
crash.
just happen.
No,
If
you're
you're
right.
not speeding,
Someone's a ball.
weaving in and out of traffic, on your cell
Yes,
phone,
there's a reason.
being distracted,
Yeah,
intoxicated, tired,
whatever the reason, there's a
whatever the
reason.
reason, it's a crash. So
Yeah,
we
I
don't
know.
use
I
the
agree
term
with you.
accident here at Read and Read
Yeah,
because the defense, ladies and gentlemen, it was just an accident. My client didn't mean to. Yeah, your client was
right.
on a
BS.
cell
I know.
phone, not
Yeah,
paying attention. You rear-ended my client at 60 miles an hour. That's a crash.
that's
No
crash.
accident. So anyway, I
Right.
don't.
Oops. Yeah. Leave the happy little accidents to Bob Ross in his
But
painting, right?
let me go back to my
Okay.
case with the bus company. This is
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
the
Okay.
case 2021. was the data loss. The bus driver, and I do have a video of this, but I just didn't think we could show it
Oof.
unless you blurred out his face maybe at a later date. But the bus driver was intoxicated, right?
Oh
So
no.
we got a video of him popping our guy in the rear and knocking him forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they pull
Okay.
over. The bus driver, dude, this is 10 in the morning.
Wow.
The bus driver, evidently, he didn't realize because he was intoxicated that he went about halfway to the middle of the bus, right? And he starts hammering Red Bulls.
No way.
And he goes back. He had a cooler right by his seat. He goes back, grabs another Red Bull, goes back. Michelle, how many Red Bulls did this guy drink? He said like 6 or 7.
No
Oh, it's on
way.
video, and I can send it to
That's a
you.
heart attack,
And
dude.
maybe you could blur it out because it's true. And so when they get there, of course he's jacked. I don't think, yeah, he still might have got a DUI. And what's the bus company do? Thanks.
Oh.
Yeah, we're out. And and so
Oh.
they filed their motion. We filed our response because the whole willful wanton conduct, it's got to be it's got to be higher than gross negligence. And without boring
Mm.
people,
Yeah.
whether or not we could have got out or won the motion for summary judgment, um, we went ahead and settled the case just to get our clients some money and so forth.
Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't a
Yeah.
whole lot, and we didn't even take a fee. I ate the cost. I was like, I think we're going to lose. He was a nice enough guy. He was able to pay his medical bills and put a little jingle in his pocket. But the willful
Good.
wanton, when you talk about that in the sense of a DUI, the courts have held that driving under the influence is willful wanton and gross negligence. So you can get
Mm-hmm.
punitive damages with a DUI. So we probably would have lost. Uh,
See, that's just it, though. There's so many issues like that where some lawyers, they're going for broke on something, and you hear these stories about how they just go for maximum to line their own pockets, and I just it it irks me to hear about that because I know that there were people like you who are really just truly looking at what's in the best interest of their client. Obviously, you put your time and effort and expertise, years of expertise in, so it's not that you should go hungry for doing this work, like you should get paid to. But there are law firms that aren't just trying to line their pockets, and yours is definitely one of them. And it just irritates me when I hear the mischaracterization of like, oh, all lawyers are bad and blah blah blah. And there's so much that the average person doesn't know because like I might pick up that phone call, let's say I'm in a crash, and then there goes anything I might have been entitled to as far as damages because I said the wrong thing. And a simple phone call to someone like you, your firm, can help alleviate those issues and help me navigate it. And I just really appreciate the fact that you guys do free consultations for people to help them. Like they're in a crash, they just need a phone call. They need somebody to call to like make sure everything's up and on the right and what should they do. I love that. I love that you guys do those.
guess
And
what?
go
First time
ahead.
I never cut Jason off.
Right.
Yeah, preach, brother, preach. All
Yeah, no,
right. Well,
it
anyway, we've
bothers
been
me.
going a little bit
But
here,
yeah.
but I want to get this in.
Yeah.
People, if you have not read my book, The Other Side of the Law, you'll kind of get what Jason's talking about and where we're coming from.
Yeah.
And I will tell you
Yeah.
this. Crystal and I, Jason's wife, the co-author, we basically reached out to Amazon and Goodreads and said, look, you know, we reduced the cost of the book down to as low as you can, where we're kind of really not making any money on it.
Mm-hmm.
But
No.
but
Yeah.
I would like you to read the book because I can tell you this, and I hand them out here at the office, and every single person that reads that book, bar none, says, "What a great book." And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not just saying that
Yeah.
because you wrote
No.
it. It's just because it starts from a kid that grew up 2 or 3 miles from here in small town Brandon, and the adventures of like Huckleberry Finn or Tom Sawyer,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
mixed in with some law. And I believe you will thoroughly enjoy it. And
Yeah.
that's why I wrote it. Like Jason said, God bless. I've been blessed, got plenty of money. I want you to read my book, honestly. So it's at Amazon, Goodreads.
Yeah.
Type in the other side of the law, put in Paul Reed, or else there
Mm-hmm.
evidently I didn't realize there are a lot of
Yeah.
books titled The Other Side of the Law.
Yeah.
So
When you
get
get
mine,
all genres when you
look, you
search.
can see this
Yeah.
idiot looks like Men in Black. And read the book. And then if you would, if you
The
do, go
Blues
to
Brothers.
Amazon and Goodreads and leave a little love.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
So
definitely leave a review.
that's the
That
only way to
helps
get traction. Like,
tremendously. It
I know
is.
this, and I know people would like to read it and be, a couple
Yeah.
hours of enjoyment on a plane, on a car ride. Honestly, the way
Hmm.
it's written, you can put it on John J. Crapper and read a couple of
Hey,
stories while you're taking care of business.
you know what? It's funny. I have a friend who does a book reading podcast, or a couple of moms. I'm gonna throw the book their way and see if they'll read it and review it and get it out to their
Well,
audience.
I appreciate it.
That would be
All
cool. Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful weekend. The Super Bowl is a week from this Sunday. Jason, I can tell you, if Ryan will do the live feed read
Yeah.
next Friday, we will be here. If
Okay.
not, next Friday, God willing, I'll be skiing down a mountain in Lake
Hey.
Tahoe.
Yes. Oh yeah. That's an annual thing that
Yeah,
you do,
yeah,
right?
with the boys. So
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
again, hopefully, they literally had a blizzard yesterday, which gave 10 to 20 inches of snow. I haven't looked.
Hey, that's
And
perfect.
little Leanne and I, been in Tahoe with a blizzard a couple of years ago. Brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, but now
All
it'll
right,
all be
well, take
packed
us
down
out,
and ready to ski
and
on. All right, cool.
thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Yes. Sounds good.
Read and read. It's like having a lawyer in the family.